Hey, big guy, started taking creatine, wondering what's actually happening inside your body? Not the bro science version, the real version. Let's break it down. First, what even is creatine? Creatine is a compound your body naturally produces from amino acids. Your liver, kidneys, and pancreas help make some of it. You also get some from foods like red meat and fish. Once inside your body, most creatine gets stored inside skeletal muscle. That's where the interesting part starts. Your muscles run on ATP. ATP is basically immediate use energy. Problem is, your body stores very little ATP at any given moment, like seconds worth during high-intensity effort. Heavy bench press, sprint, explosive jump. Last ugly rep that turns into a full-body spiritual experience. ATP loses a phosphate group to release energy. Once that happens, it becomes ADP, lower energy form. This is where creatine comes in. Stored creatine, technically phosphocreatine, helps donate a phosphate group back to ADP. Basically, ATP regenerated, more usable high-speed energy. Faster. That's one of creatine's major jobs. So, what happens during the first few days? Your muscle creatine stores start increasing. Think of it like filling a backup battery pack. Your muscles are loading more phosphocreatine into storage. If you're taking around 5 grams daily, saturation usually builds more gradually. At this stage, you probably won't suddenly feel superhuman. But chemistry is changing under the hood. Some people notice a small increase in body weight early on. Why? Water movement. Creatine pulls additional water into muscle cells, more specifically, into muscle tissue, inside the cells. Not necessarily, I consumed creatine and immediately became a water balloon. Now let's talk about the first week. By now, muscle creatine availability may be increasing. During intense training, your body can potentially regenerate ATP a little more effectively. What could that mean practically? Maybe slightly better repeated effort. Maybe an extra rep. Maybe maintaining performance deeper into a set. Maybe slightly improved output during repeated high-intensity work. Not dramatic movie montage stuff. Small performance shifts. But small performance shifts matter, because one extra rep this workout becomes many extra reps over months. Now, the first month. This is where people often start noticing more obvious changes. Strength improvements, slight increases in body weight. Maybe muscles look a little fuller. Why fuller? Again, intracellular water. Muscle cells holding additional fluid can contribute to that full look. But here's the important part. Creatine isn't directly injecting muscle tissue onto your frame. It's helping create an environment that can support better training performance. And better training is what drives adaptation. Higher quality training stimulus. Repeated consistently. That's the game. Now let's talk muscle growth. When you resistance train, you create mechanical tension, metabolic stress, and microscopic muscle damage. Your body responds by repairing and adapting. Muscle protein synthesis rises. Over time, that process contributes to hypertrophy. If creatine helps you produce slightly better training performance, more volume, more quality reps, more overload, that can potentially translate into greater long-term gains. And yes, research has actually examined this. Creatine is one of the most researched supplements in sports nutrition. Studies have repeatedly shown benefits for strength, power output, and lean mass outcomes in resistance training populations. Not because creatine is magic, because training performance matters. Now let's fast forward several months, maybe a year. This is where expectations need calibration, big guy. Creatine does not replace protein intake, sleep, calorie management, progressive overload, actual effort. You cannot out-supplement poor programming and 6 hours of sleep fueled by caffeine and determination. But if creatine consistently helps support training quality, week after week, month after month, those small advantages can compound. More productive training sessions, more accumulated workload, more opportunities for adaptation. That's the long game. See you later, big guy.